welcome to All Systems Go Home, the All Systems Go podcast that we do from home because we can't all be together and have fun, so this is the next best thing. I'm Jeremy Fardman. With me is Corey McGinnis.
Hey, dads.
Max Schilling.
Howdy, howdy.
Jessica Hickson.
Hello.
Weatherman Dan Snyder.
Hola, buenos dias, mi amors.
It's buenos noches. It's nighttime.
Buenos noches, pochats.
And superfan Kyle Eads.
It's me, your friendly neighborhood KYLE.
That's right. How are y'all doing
You spelled
today?
it wrong.
KYLE. That's how it's. That is how my name is spelled.
There's no guarantees with Kyle.
Yeah.
I spelled it right.
Sure.
How are we all doing tonight?
Pretty good.
I'm doing
I
well.
was doing good before you guys made me think I spelled my name wrong.
Kyle, you're my favorite host.
Wow.
Goddamn right I am.
Beep, beep.
Okay. Yeah, so what have you guys been up to in the last week?
Well, my birthday was on Friday.
That's
Yay!
Feliz cumpleaños.
I sent you a piece of cake in the mail.
Thank you. I
Yes.
didn't eat it because of this whole situation. You
Mm,
never know.
smart.
Don't worry, he wore gloves when he made it. It's fine.
Yes.
But yeah, nothing special for my birthday. I turned 22 and I just stayed inside.
Birthdays
That-
no longer matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yo, you got them dubs.
What's one more year anyway?
Yeah.
Once you're
Yeah.
past 21, the only birthdays that matter are years of 5 or years that end in a 0.
Yeah. That's true.
Interesting opinion.
Well, my mom turned 50 this year. She doesn't look it. I'll be real.
And an important birthday. 50 is an important year.
Yeah, she really does not look 50. She looks young.
46,
She
nobody
definitely looks
cares.
49.
Corey, what about you?
I've been playing Animal Crossing for the last 6 months.
Okay, Corey. I mean, I'm impressed you
It's the
got an
correct
advanced
answer.
copy, but since we didn't get to hear from you last time, why don't you talk about Animal Crossing for a little bit?
I found a lot of eggs today.
Yeah, me too. I was not happy about the egg situation.
I was able to make myself a nice egg bed, which was fantastic.
See,
You
I
made yourself an egg bath?
I hate how all that
Bed.
stuff looks.
Oh.
So I'm not happy.
It's so obnoxious.
I just want to fish for all the new fish, and it's like,
But-
oh,
Go
it's a
fish.
But
stupid
eggs,
egg.
man. Easter is around the corner.
Oh,
Some
is that the April Fool's thing today?
no, it's
it's
for
Easter.
Bunny Day.
What
Oh,
the
yeah,
heck
happy
is...
April
Oh,
Fools.
Easter, right.
Just kidding. I lied. My birthday wasn't last week. Just kidding again. I fooled you again. It was last week.
Now the
Which
thing,
one's the true one?
Who cares?
April
I
Fool.
wasn't actually absent last week.
Yeah, so Corey, I assume you've been enjoying it overall. Aside, you like the eggs. I don't like the eggs, but other than that,
Yeah, it's fine. It better be. I paid $60 for it.
what kind of villagers you got?
I got a gorilla. I got a hamster. I have like
Ha-
3 cats. I don't know what
Hamster's
everyone
name?
is. Hamlet.
That's
a good
good
one.
name. Good name.
I've had
Good
that one
name.
before. It's a good one.
Is a good boy.
I just got my first bad villager today. He's a stupid hippo.
Wait, there can be
Wait,
bad
who?
villagers?
You got something against hippos, bro?
It's an ugly hippo. What can I say? The other
What
ones
is
look
it's just
cool.
a hungry hippo, and you could wait and see if there's another hippo, and he could be a hungry
Jeremy.
hippo.
What's the name?
He was in his house. I talked to him once, but I think it's like Rocco or something.
I've had Rocco before. He's not bad.
He's very ugly.
I have Tank. That's my hippo. I like Tank. The one that I got today is Colton. He is a horse, and I hate him.
Yeah, I mean,
That's valid.
considering there are only like 7 villagers in the whole game, with just different skins that they wear.
I mean, you're definitely right.
Yeah, so it's basically just been building it up little by little. I put a Godzilla statue on my beach. So he's just like peeking over the whole island. That's fun. But yeah, we're just trying to get KK over. I'm not saying it's not unfortunate, but
How does that
how do we-
situation work? I've seen a lot of pictures online of people creating their own like t-shirts, art, all that stuff.
yes. So basically, at any time you can go and you just basically have a very simple pixel editor and you just make a design on that. It does sort of smooth it out in some ways, and then once you unlock the clothing store, you can basically put it up for sale.
Oh,
That sounds awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so I made a ASG shirt.
Ooh.
And, yeah.
I downloaded said ASG shirt because I have no artistic talent.
Kyle, if I may ask, please move the microphone away from your face. The nostrils are pointed directly into the direction of the mic.
Oh.
Ooh.
Great, love that.
yeah. After hearing everybody like playing and enjoying Animal Crossing, it's like I really want a Nintendo Switch. However, I know I can get it online, but I prefer getting it in store because online I don't trust it sometimes. But I just want to go and get a Switch now.
Really? I mean, for games, maybe. I think you can trust consoles more often.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. That, and I
Everything-
also don't have the money to buy a Switch yet.
Sure. Just
Well,
like sell your
the
first
economy.
one.
The economy is crashing. In a few weeks, everything will be free. You just gotta, Jimmy open a door, and then you have the entire store.
I
Oh,
heard
yeah?
that they are actually slowing down Switch production because of the virus.
Yeah.
You've gone too far now, buddy.
Everything is about to get a 5-finger discount in about 3 weeks.
But
Cost us
speaking of
our
discount, I don't know if this is true or not, but a lot of news has been covering a store in Canada put the PS5 up for sale, and it is allegedly
It's not.
$470.
Ooh.
That
That's-
seems
there's-
like a placeholder
that's-
to me.
That's way too low and specific. 470 is way too specific.
When they don't even have a release date?
I've
That's
seen
true.
a few what is it like suggestions that they think that might be like a down payment almost.
Sure.
But I mean, hypothetically, if it was $500, I'd be happy with that.
It's gonna be 550. That's my guesstimation.
Mm-hmm.
Possible.
That's still not bad.
Again, well,
my opinion.
did they just have like a picture of the logo, or like what was the image?
I believe it was just like an image of a console, standard image, and then below it had a the price tag that just said 470.
It was a piece of toast with the PS5 logo turned into it.
Where are they gonna fit the ray tracing on that thing?
Right along
How
the
many
crust.
teraflops does it have, guys?
It has no teraflops. It's nice and stiff because it's toast.
Yeah, I would not take that at face value, honestly, but that's just me. What price what's your upper limit for this?
I'd say 500. I would like it to be at most 500, I should say.
I'd like that, honestly. I'd say like 750.
Oof. Oof.
That's high,
Oh,
but
that's like PC money.
a good PC will still run you closer to like 12, maybe 1400.
Maybe.
Yeah, that is true.
Valid.
How much did you say again, Max?
He said a high number. Like I already forgot what it was. It was too high.
750.
would be like
Oh, okay.
any
I think-
higher than that. I'm like, okay, I can't even justify it.
Mine is somewhere between, like I said, 550 and 600.
Mm-hmm. That's
Same for
reasonable.
me.
I don't know.
With everybody going to be out of jobs here very soon, I could definitely see it being knocked down in price. Like they're going to definitely take some of the specs out. They're going to lower the quality of certain things just to make it affordable, because literally the things that are really skyrocketing are streaming services and gaming at the moment. And with this like quarantine lasting a lot longer than people were expecting, with far more extensions along the way, it would be a very unwise decision for Xbox, PS4, any Nintendo console release of any sort to be set at such an astronomically high price point. Like I know people are hungry for the technology, for the specs, for that next generation of gaming, but at the exact same time, if the price point is way too high, nobody's going to buy it because a lot of people can't even afford like rent right now. So let's hope it's actually at a low price.
Yeah, the lower the better. It'll really draw in more people to buy it.
Oh yeah.
Then they're selling at a loss, I imagine.
Oh, well, selling at a loss wouldn't be the worst thing. Not if you're actually playing it smart. Offer like 2 different console versions, one with like the high end specs that costs, like let's just say $700, and then like a lesser model. I believe I believe Xbox did that. Either with the 360 or with the One. Like they released 2 different models, and
like the
one
Slim, I think. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like that would be a smart move on their part.
Only version.
Yeah. Sure. We'll just add that. That stuff is all too far away to think about for me right now. Like I'm worried about getting through the next week personally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you see my point.
Yeah.
Although there are some great deals right now. Humble Bundle has a deal with his it's over like 80 games. It's $1,500 worth of games and whatnot, and it's all on sale for $30.
And one guy paid $10,000 for it.
Jeez.
I respect it. They're calling it the COVID-19 bundle, which
Wow.
I don't know if that's in good taste.
Don't download COVID-19.
I believe they're calling it that though because all the proceeds are going towards relief, not just to the business.
It's 100% for charity.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very nice.
Go buy games.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier about how like streamers, YouTubers, podcasters, like a few years ago, were all looked down upon for people who actually wanted to make a career out of this, despite you had well-established like content creators who were like making millions of dollars and providing endless amounts of content and entertainment. And with everything shutting down right now, being movie theaters, movie production studios, everything is going in the dumps. Everybody is about to start turning towards this market of online entertainment and streaming. Market's about to be flooded. I feel like this kind of content is about to gain a new level of respect.
Yeah, recently I put out a video on my YouTube channel because I'm like, people probably want to see something because I haven't posted something in a long time. So right now I've just been editing a bunch of stuff because I have nothing better to do. And
you'll
also
have to provide a link. Provide a link.
What is your YouTube channel called?
Slight plug.
I don't have to plug it.
Hashtag humble plug.
Humble plug.
Okay.
Subtle plug.
My YouTube name
plug
is
it in. Plug it in.
Plug it out. Plug it in.
She's trying to say it.
Plug it this way. Plug it that way.
He's trying to plug
it left, and you plug it right. And then you put your left foot in and you shake it all about.
And you put okay.
You plug it all about.
Well, I just said it, so follow me.
All right, moving on. Kyle, I know we've been talking about these Power Rangers.
We have.
This is an opportunity to binge for many people, and you decided to binge this 30-year franchise.
I don't think it's that long. I think it's only. Actually, wait a minute. No. 27
early 90s. Early 90s.
It was 1993. 1993 was the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
So yeah, as Jeremy was saying, I've been binging. I am starting from the very beginning, binging every single episode of Power Rangers, which, according to my math, is 971 episodes and counting because there's currently a season going on.
That's crazy.
I made a half bet with one of my friends that I couldn't finish it in less than 3 months.
That's insane.
And so well, if I do the math, it's 170. It's 170 episodes. Over like a 93-day span. I'm on pace to do it in 3 months.
But like it took me over a year to watch Batman, which is 4 seasons and also my favorite show ever. So I just can't do that the way you can.
So my thing is with binging stuff, people get annoyed with the way I watch stuff because I will ignore filler in most forms, in the sense that like it'll be on in the background, but my Switch, I'm playing Animal Crossing or I'm playing something else in front of me. I'm not really actively paying attention to the whole episode unless I know, oh, this is really going to entertain me. So I'll watch like 2 or 3 episodes, then I'll play a game for like an hour or so. But it's still, I'm getting like 10 episodes done a day with just of how I'm watching it. But so far, this is peak 90s. I love this. It is awful, but I love it.
It's like bad, like overacting. Because my favorite thing about the Power Rangers is when they're in the suits, that's when they really overact.
Well, the thing is,
they don't have mouths. Yeah, they have to.
That's not even the English actors.
Yeah, no,
so
that's the
for those
footage from Japan.
Yeah,
that's
for those
true,
who don't know, all the action scenes in most of the early seasons, I think up until I don't even know.
It was the 3rd season.
Up until the 3rd season, is it? Okay, yeah. Until the first 3 seasons is all the Japanese footage from, I don't know how to pronounce the name. We'll link somewhere to how it's...
Hey, it's Nicole here. I don't know what he's talking about, and I looked it up, and I got a result saying that there is a show called Kyoryu Sentai Jurenja. Either that, or he's just talking about the Super Sentai series.
Yeah, Beastar. It's like
you say it correct for once.
I don't want to butcher the Japanese, but yeah, it's based off a Japanese show, and it's not even the first season of the Japanese show. They started in like season 15.
Is it
with the foot?
Yeah, so
I'm trying to think of the name.
They don't have like faces in the helmets. They just have to be dancing all over the place and exaggerating.
Yeah.
Well, that was my favorite thing about Power Rangers is that they were always when they were in the giant robot. They were like, whenever they got hit, they would move around frantically and go, whoa, whoa. Like that was my favorite thing about Power Rangers.
My favorite part so far is the logical inconsistencies.
Elaborate.
So I've been putting on. Also, somebody's mic is echoing.
Who's got a ghost in their house?
I think it's Max. Yeah, it's Max.
Max.
Let me find my thread because I've been posting like just different points that have been like making me laugh. So like on like episode 3 of the show, I can hear it. In episode 3 of the show, somebody
you did not
is
fix
going.
It.
The Red Ranger is going for a bench press reps record. Okay, so like even if you're just doing the bar, which is 45 pounds, doing something up to like 100 seems like a lot for just the bar.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
The record is 1,010.
King.
Oh, that's nothing.
Did that guy have Power Ranger strength?
No, the guy who said it, no, it's just bulk. It's the bully of the show. And so I'm like, why is this man not a Power Ranger? This man's buff as heck.
He doesn't have the heart.
1,000
not
pounds.
just about
Can
strength.
you even imagine what your pecs would look like?
No, it's not 1,000 pounds. It's 1,000 individual reps.
Oh, with just the bar?
No, It's not even just the bar. It's like, it probably looks like 125, whatever, something like that.
Okay.
But 1,000 reps of that is impossible.
That's insane. Your muscles would start to deteriorate so fast over time. You would need years of conditioning.
Yeah, and so there's that. Just ridiculous. There's an episode where there's a rapping pumpkin. I kid you not. I made a joke with one of the episodes that it looks like somebody's writing a Dear John letter. I was like, why is this so? What is going on?
Yeah, I used to watch Power Rangers all the time. I think I really did actually. I wanted to binge watch it while we were in quarantine, but
yeah,
I have so many other shows that I've started.
I do plan, if a bunch of people want to get together, when I get to the point where the movie happens.
Which one?
The first movie.
Okay.
The one with Ivan Ooze, which is not canon. I found out.
What?
It's like My Hero all over again.
It is not canon. But it is an alternate telling of the events of what happened in the show.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So like
Mm.
it follows a similar timeline, but it's not canon.
That's a shame because Ivan Ooze was the greatest thing to ever bless that show. That and backflips.
Yeah, backflips.
Yes.
Well, what is it? Ivan Ooze is played by one of the Indiana Jones villains.
What? I need to find this out.
There are some great actors that have been. Bryan Cranston was a voice actor.
What?
Yes.
Well,
And
Bryan
then he was
Cranston,
in the other movie, right?
and then he's in the actual the 2017 movie.
Probably
He's
didn't even
Zordon.
remember doing that though.
It's like
Unpopular opinion though, the 2017 movie, not that bad. I really enjoyed it.
It was okay.
I have yet to see it, and I'll get to it when I get.
Yeah, he'll get to it in
The
50
biggest-
years when he gets
Like
there.
my dad liked it too, and he did not like Power Rangers when I would watch it.
Do you want to know what was the biggest shame about that movie?
What?
The fact that it rode a very middle line between being really campy and trying to be very serious. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
just
what I
should
heard.
have it should have stepped to the side of the line and just been like a campy, ridiculous, over the top like reinterpretation of the Power
Yes,
Rangers or
exactly.
actual serious Power Rangers. Also, they weren't in it enough.
Well,
yeah,
on
that,
a related note,
like the characters were in it, but like not in the
Whoa.
suit. They should have been in the suits longer.
Yes,
on a
I
related
agree.
note, I feel like Power Rangers has always sort of run parallel to another franchise, which is the Ninja Turtles. And
Mm.
there
Yeah,
was
cross
the,
over.
Ni-
They
if there's
crossed over
one thing-
once.
there was the
I love
30th
Power Rangers.
anniversary of the first Ninja Turtles movie, and it was just on Netflix. I was like, sure, why
Oh.
not? Throw it on. I'd say, it's aside from the fact that everyone is really greasy.
And-
I-
From what I remember, yeah.
That's movie from the Jim Henson worked
yes,
on, right?
yeah.
That's my favorite. I love Ninja Turtles more than Power Rangers.
Yeah,
So not to spoil.
Henson
spoil
involvement.
anyone.
I think Brian Henson was in charge of the puppeteering. Yeah, I think the suits look pretty good for the era.
Yeah, they're really good. And then the sequels are terrible. The second one, Secret of the
Secret
Ooze,
of the Ooze is awesome. What do
it
you
had
mean?
Vanilla Ice in it.
I was just about to
And
ask which
what
one.
makes it better?
Go Ninja,
Well, the thing
go
is,
Ninja,
they're
go.
like-
Go.
They're like the sequels I hear are like less violent. Like they don't actually have the turtle weapons or anything.
That's what makes the first
Yeah.
one so good.
And the
is-
first one, I'm like, this is not violent. Their weapons are made of styrofoam, and they just sort of like knock it against gently the side of the bad guys, and the bad guys go,
Also-
whoa!
That's what makes them
Also-
ninjas.
Also, the parents complained that they were cursing too much when the only word they used really was damn.
Yeah, that's another thing. I found that Raphael's voice actor was very funny and not really fitting for the character. Because he's just
No.
like a normal, like, New York wacko. He's like, damn!
And you know and the song that they had for like the movie said that Raphael was the leader of the group when it's incorrect, it's Leonardo.
I mean, I guess.
If you look at the lyrics from the guy who sang that
If
song,
you Shazam it,
it's incorrect. Because they go, Raphael, he's the leader of the group, transformed from
you
the
know
norm of the
him
Yuki."
well.
Yeah. I know that song because I love Ninja Turtles, but yeah, it's
I was
Wow.
surprised at how well it managed to keep my interest.
Did anyone happen to see the 2014 TMNT film
me. I liked it.
produced by Michael Bay? Do you know who is one of the
I-
voice actors in that movie?
I do. I
Johnny
have seen the
Knoxville?
movie.
Johnny Knoxville.
And then in the second one, he's not playing Leonardo.
He's playing
He's
Raphael.
he's
No, he's-
Leonardo in the first one.
Yes, and then they're like, "All right, Johnny Knoxville, do you want to be on the second one?" And he's probably like, "No." All right, you play Leonardo, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
It
okay,
happens all the time.
what?"
Yeah, sequel.
You only get one from
The sequel
Johnny.
has Bebop and Rocksteady,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Do you
I
wanna know
I'm
who-
not gonna lie, I completely
and
forgot that they made a sequel.
Rocksteady's played by Seamus.
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 Which leads us into our next discussion about
Oh, no.
pro wrestling.
No.
You fell right into the
Nothing.
trap.
I do have something about wrestling when I want.
What do you have? What do you have
30
to say about-
seconds.
what do you have to say about
It's my recommendation for the week
30 seconds.
because
Ready? Go.
there are two things that I know you guys love, and that's documentaries and on pro wrestling.
Beep.
Pardon my language there, but crapping on pro wrestling there.
Are you banging on
so
your desk?
This
one
is
of
the
the
time.
one of the documentaries I've been watching recently is called Dark Side of the Ring, which is a documentary series about some of the negative events of pro wrestling. The ones recently that are both on YouTube are Dark Side of the Ring, Benoit Part 1 and 2. They go into the life and terrible
Time's up.
incident
I'm enthralled. I'm sold. I'm gonna watch it immediately.
of Chris
but I forgot what the name was.
Benoit. Dark Side of the Ring, Benoit Part 1 and 2.
I hate to say it, but right when you said documentary, I'm like, well, now I'm hooked.
Exactly.
I'll watch any documentary.
It's a good documentary.
Will you
series,
watch
really.
any documentary?
Yes, I'm watching this really boring one about fly traps.
Okay, Google the worst documentary ever made.
No, I don't want to give them my time. But if I come across one, then I'm like, all right.
Apparently, according to IMDb, the 50 worst documentaries, topping the list is The Aristocrats from 2005.
I've
Ooh.
never. Okay.
So
Sorry,
before we get
guys.
too sidetracked, do we want to actually go over some gaming
Gaming?
Gaming.
What is
on
What
this
is gaming?
gaming podcast?
April Fool's things that have been going on in the gaming world today?
No, not at all.
So I recently watched the Snyder cut of Justice League, and it was pretty phenomenal.
Mm.
Yes,
do
I
not
don't
believe
think that we need to make any more superhero movies after that. I mean, if you haven't seen it, you could stream it off of Pirate Beach. Zack Snyder actually plays Batman. He took out Ben Affleck for the good majority of the movie during reshoots because
the
Ben
better.
Affleck was gone. Yes, I would agree. They shot many scenes in the 300 slow motion speed up style just to extend the runtime to compensate for missing scenes. Puppets were used. It was pretty fantastic.
Dan plays the Flash. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Yoda's
got
in it.
They actually paid me nothing. Yoda was in it.
Yoda
Wait.
was in it.
Which
Yoda.
Flash?
But they forgot to edit him. He wasn't supposed
Yes.
to be in it.
The Golden Flash?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
moving on.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Have you
It's for
guys
breakfast.
heard
Yeah.
about this Super Mario character?
no.
What
No.
Super Mario character?
Well, I hope so, because you're gonna get a lot more.
Corey and I both said no.
He's sort of like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, now I know.
But with facial hair.
A
He's the
bit.
green one.
Mario Lopez?
Yeah. So there's the rumor come out that there is some sort of collection of 3D Mario games on the horizon.
Mm.
The
On the New Horizons.
the rumor says it's all the 3D Mario games, and they say Galaxy, and then there's Super Mario 3D World with additional levels, and then just they didn't really mention other ones, but presumably Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Galaxy 2, all in one collection for the 35th anniversary.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't
And-
even know the 35th was coming
for
out.
the low price of $49.99.
Well, I mean, it's the
What a
35th
deal.
anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, not Mario the character, but we'll let it slide. But ordinarily I would say, yeah, right, buddy. But it seems to be corroborated by other sources. So who knows? Maybe.
Buddy,
I'm
guy,
excited.
and pal.
I'm very excited by this.
well,
the truth, buddy.
let's
Alright,
just say that all these games are coming in a collection. What are your expectations for what they do with them?
Remaster them with modern controls and then sell them like hotcakes.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's all they have to
include massive amounts of DLC.
Some of those games don't need it.
So here's where here's where this breaks down for me, is that I don't think they're going to do much to these games at all.
No, they've been
Because,
remaking the same game for the past 40
I mean,
years.
just look at look at Zelda, right? You had the Link's Awakening remake, and before that you had like the Majora and the Ocarina, and like those were all full price games, and they're pretty much the same game. There are definitely some improvements, but it's pretty much the same thing.
You're right.
And if you want to look at if this is a collection, like they say, this is Super Mario All Stars 3D, then they don't really ever sell something more than $60. So Mario is not that much better than Zelda in their eyes, where they would go through and do a ton of work to all of these and sell it for the same price.
I'm sorry, did you say they don't sell it for more than $60 or they don't sell it more than 60 times?
I've not seen a Nintendo product that's more than $60 that's just a game by itself.
No, that was a joke because they remake games. Ha, good one. All right.
So I think the pricing of this, if it's a whole collection, all the games in one, I could see it being more than $60. I'd say probably if it's not Odyssey, if it's Galaxy 1 and 2, 3D World, or not 3D World, the 3D platformers.
That's
so like
the
Sunshine.
other thing, man, is that like they put out Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Switch, and all they did was add an easy mode, and they sold it for more than what it came out for originally.
Yeah, but if it's gonna be both the one in Galaxy 1 and 2, Sunshine, Mario 64. If it's gonna be just those four in a collection, it's $120 and I still buy it.
Jeez.
Well, I also am one to believe that Super Mario Galaxy is one of the 3 greatest games of all time.
Yeah,
It is pretty good.
Super Mario Galaxy is probably my number 1 game ever. But I think what you say about Mario games really determines who you are as a person. It tells a lot about someone.
Yeah.
So, what's Super Mario Sunshine? Yay or nay, everyone?
Nay.
Yes.
Nay.
It's a big ol' nay.
Thank you,
Really?
Jeremy.
It's a big old nay. If
Thank
you
you,
try to
Jeremy.
play that
Oh,
game
yay.
recently, it does not function. It is a poorly programmed game.
I'm sorry. I take that back. I was thinking of Galaxy.
It's buggy. It's very buggy, easily manipulable, if that's a word.
The objectives make no sense. You're just supposed to know to do things that you would never figure out.
Oh, also, voice act.
The voice
Oh, yeah.
acting is not ideal, but it is funny.
Wasn't like Bowser Jr. like, I'm gonna cut you for my dad. Ugh. But he has like a New York accent. That was
Yeah.
my best Bowser Jr.
The
impression.
fact that those characters have human voices at all is terrifying.
Yeah, because most of the time you hear Bowser and he just goes, bah, but this one he's like, hey son, what's up?
It's too late in the evening for me to do a Bowser impression, but
I'm not asking you. You don't have to. I just know that it wasn't very good because I'm like,
That's
huh.
part of the post show, which is on our Patreon.
yes. Or reenact the game. Who's doing the Toad voice for this one?
Me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a good Toad.
That was your best Toad impression right there.
Yeah, so
See,
I'll
I
be
would
Dark-
do a Toad impression, but I don't
I'll
want to.
be
break
Dark
everybody's-
Mario. That's who I'll voice.
I think if they put out Mario
doesn't
Sunshine
say
again,
anything.
That's my point.
if they put out Mario Sunshine again, people are going to realize it's not very good.
Especially when we're playing it. I'll just be like, hello.
Yeah.
There's
Was
my
that a Toad?
That was my Toad.
Was that a
That's
Toad?
Adequate
Hold on.
Toad.
Hold on. Now, what are everyone's opinions of like 64 and Galaxy 2? So we already talked about.
They're not
Good.
as good as Galaxy 1, but they're better
I
than
love
Sunshine.
64.
What about Odyssey?
Not as good as Galaxy.
Well, that one's
No,
already on the
with the
Switch
hat.
too, so.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
So it's if we're gonna rank them,
We're
just the
gonna
3D
rank 'em.
platformer ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Galaxy at 1,
Yep.
Odyssey at 2,
Maybe.
Galaxy 2,
Sure.
64, Sunshine.
No, 3D World goes
I
goes
don't-
above Galaxy 2. I'll put it down. Put it on the line. 3D World is
Huh?
number 3.
I've never played 3D World, so I cannot accurately tell you. Where
And then there's 3D Land, which I haven't played either. But 3D World is really good. So if it comes to the Switch,
Wow.
check it out. Just don't overpay.
I don't know if this is correct, but I looked up how many Mario games there are, and it's 200 games. The franchise has spawned more than 200 games of various genres and series, including Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario Tennis, and Mario. Popular amongst is Mario Planet, Mario
What?
64.
That's not real.
No,
I mean, that sounds
list
right.
of video games featuring Mario. The list goes on. Jeez.
Well, the voice actor for Mario actually is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the person who he's done the most voice acting ever for a video game.
I could believe it. The list of titles just keeps on going on
That's
and on.
not what it is, but sure.
He's Wario 2 or something
He's
like that.
Wario, Luigi.
And he's Waluigi probably too.
Waluigi, he's Mario.
He's Alduin from Skyrim.
But I think it was just for playing Mario.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
the
I
most
forget.
most roles as a single character.
Yes.
You know, there's a video out there that compares like the decline of his enthusiasm of voicing Mario, like back to, I believe Mario 64 was his first role, but everything in there is like whoopee, wah-ha! Like there's so much spunk and pep in his voice. And then in future titles, he's like woohoo, whoopee, yeah.
Mario's getting to that point.
Mario's over it.
When you reach a certain age, these things just sort of happen.
He's just tired of being friend zoned.
200 titles later, oh, burn.
I'm dabbing,
Ow.
but you can't see it.
You're dabbing.
Yeah, well, you can't see it, so there's no proof that I actually did.
I'm
All right,
dabbing.
moving
Well,
on.
We'll take your word for
Hot
it.
sauce.
Okay.
There's one more thing Nintendo did last week that I think we should talk about.
What is that?
I
The Direct
disagree.
Mini.
I don't think we should talk about that. There's
Why?
nothing.
The
Direct
There's
Mini?
really nothing to talk about.
I think there are a few things to talk about.
Name one thing.
Good job. Xenoblade,
Who
Definitive
cares?
Edition.
Who cares?
Panzer Dragoon,
Who cares?
Star Wars Jedi Knight,
Who cares?
Bravely Default 2.
Wide variety of games coming to Nintendo Switch this year.
I will
now
say I'm glad
Dan
that
is-
they put it up like they did, because they just put it up as a video with a bunch of timestamps. So I could just look at the timestamps and say, oh, there's nothing good.
But
And
aren't
save
you
my time.
excited for games that include sprawling role-playing adventures like Xenoblade Chronicles, Definitive Edition, Bravely Default 2, and classic franchises like Borderlands, XCOM 2, and BioShock, along with Burnout Paradise Remastered. Burnout Paradise is awesome. I still play that game today.
Borderlands, Bioshock are also coming to
Yep.
Switch.
Animal Cross New Horizons.
Pokemon.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, Smash Bros.
Eh.
Ultimate, Fighter Pass 2,
Yeah,
arriving for
yeah.
the ARMS game.
We're not going to talk about the next
Marvel.
character in Smash.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
I think
3.
I think we covered all that. Okay, we're good. We can move
Wait,
on
who's
now.
the next character again?
They have not revealed exclusively
They're
who it
from
is.
ARMS.
It's going to be someone from ARMS.
some Arms,
It's going to
right.
be Goku. It's gonna be
Mr.
Goku.
Arms. Okay,
Gonna
but
be- it's
nobody
gonna be
really
mid.
cares. So
Is
that's
Arms
good.
really that popular?
No.
It was a
No.
game
Really?
that a lot of people bought because they wanted something on their Switch, but everyone
No.
dropped it like
Oh.
a sack of potatoes.
It was a game that
Sensitive.
people bought because it came with a Switch and then no one played it.
No, it didn't. I don't think there is a packing game for the Switch.
Well, no, as in like I bought a bundle that came with it came with
It came
Mario-
with
It
Real
came with a
Monsters.
receipt.
Yeah.
it came with Mario Kart, ARMS, and Breath of the Wild.
That's a pretty good bundle.
By the time you
Yeah, it
bought
was-
that deal, Arms was already dead, though, I'm sure.
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't dead yet. It was like
It died 2 days later.
yeah, pretty much.
He hopped online. Oh, no.
I saw it was like popular
I-
for like 1 minute and then
I
like,
legitimately
next minute it was
played
done.
like I think I played 3 matches. That's it.
Was it enjoyable?
Fine, I guess.
Meh. At
The
best.
combat's kind of weird.
The characters are cool. The combat is bad. I will say that.
It doesn't. It's not responsive.
Just watch
Also,
the Arms character be much better, a much better player in Smash than it is in its actual game.
Yes,
Oh,
that
it will.
definitely be true.
Oh, it's gonna be top tier.
No, it's just gonna. It's another distance
Here,
demon.
it's still better.
Every new
Gonna-
character they introduce is just the best
It's kind
until they
of kind
patch
of
it.
broken. Yeah.
I'm still shocked that they put Banjo Kazooie in.
That was
Banjo.
That was my high. Like, no character they add will ever be as cool, so I don't have to worry anymore.
Persona 5.
Have you not played
Yeah.
as Sans Undertale?
Yeah, so what?
But hey, there's a question there. What is on everybody's like to watch or to playlist?
Definitely Tiger King in the future.
Oh, Tiger King is
I've
so
heard
good.
so much.
Yes, it is taking the internet by storm. This came out at the perfect time for binge culture to go through the roof, and
I
I've
watched-
been hearing nothing phenomenal.
I've watched it all in a day.
Really?
It's worth it.
How many
It's-
Can you give us
stars?
some
How many?
review?
How many
No
tiger
spoilers.
stripes? 10 out of 10 tiger stripes? Would you say?
11 out of 10 Tiger Stripes.
Oh my
It's insane how like it's like starts and you're like, okay, this should be interesting. But right when that first episode ends, you're like, well, this is gonna get real, and it just like the guy who did the documentary, he's like, I went into this documentary just to like interview this guy who owns tigers. I was not expecting this to go to unhinge itself and go off rails. Like, it says it in the bio, but like this guy ends up at the end of the documentary going to jail. You find out in the first episode.
Spoilers.
You could definitely say that documentarian definitely
Don't
earned his
finish that.
stripes.
Don't. You can just tell he's gonna make a stupid joke. Just you gotta learn to stop letting him finish sentences.
Oh my God, Jeremy, it's okay. Let the jokes flow.
But yeah, I have like, I highly recommend it. If you have not seen Tiger King, definitely watch it. It's worth it. It's only 7 episodes, 7 or 8.
I will
It's
definitely
7
put it on my list for April to watch.
It's really good.
Nice.
I want
It's still number 1 on Netflix too. That's what's insane.
Yes, number 1 on Netflix, Tiger King. Number 2, Quarantine. Or I'm sorry, Contagion.
It's still the same.
Number 3,
Yes.
staring at the menu.
Is it true that they got rid of the "Are you still watching" thing that pops up after like
Nope,
a
I
few
still
hours?
do it all the time.
I literally got it yesterday when watching Power Rangers.
Okay, I heard a rumor saying that it's like we know people are still there. Nobody is doing anything else. We got rid of it. I'm like, that's almost plausible.
So I was actually talking to it was a Skype call with the CEO of Silver Screen Productions, and I asked him a few questions, and specifically the one I wanted. How does this current situation affect, the production industry in Hollywood and all that? And he told me that a lot of movies and whatnot, like production itself, is being delayed. A lot of big companies, I know, Lionsgate and Warner Brothers, they're laying off a lot of people. But Netflix, they're having a payday right now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although also, Netflix is horrible to work at. They were asked why they don't hire people fresh out of college, and they said, if we wanted somebody to pee on the floor, we'd get a puppy.
Wow.
Oh, good for you, Netflix. I know where I will not be interning at.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, now you
Well,
have
they don't
a
have any
license to
internet.
pee on the floor if you want. Corey, what's on
So
your
I've been-
to-do list?
I've been binging and reading My Hero for the last like 8 months.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yeah, the season 4 finale comes out Saturday.
I have not caught up on My Hero. I need to read the manga first before I catch up, but I need to.
I'm caught up with that too.
My
Oh,
Hero
it's
is
so
better.
good.
My
It's
Hero,
so good.
the anime is way better to binge
Oh yeah, it's a
Right?
good binge.
like every week. Because then I just lose interest after a week. I'm like, it's been too long.
But
What
they haven't
anime
covered my
isn't
favorite part of
good
the
to
manga
binge?
and the anime yet.
Fascinating.
Can I just say that Tiger King had a huge opportunity that they missed out on, not having Lionsgate as their production.
No.
That's fair. That's
Lionsgate
fair.
and
That's
film.
funny. I'd laugh at that.
But then,
But thank
whatever.
you, Kyle.
We don't need to. I wanted to play Resident Evil 1 remake and then another playthrough of Resident Evil 2 because Resident Evil 3 remake comes out in like 2 days.
Ooh.
Do it.
I kind of want to, but maybe I'll get scared and then I won't want to play anymore.
Do it anyway.
Do it. Do it. Really? Only me? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the words of encouragement.
Jeremy, you're
Film
awesome.
yourself getting scared. It'll make some good footage.
Yeah, have you not seen me play Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, I put you in the
Wow.
video.
Hinting
And
today.
for some reason, that shot became the thumbnail. So it's just
It was
like,
the
it's
best
me.
part.
I don't, like, I have
Well,
nothing
Dan
to do
Dan
with
did
this
a
video.
really like a pretty
but-
okay impression of you, just like, hey guys. So I'm like, oh my god.
That's incredible
It's
too. 'Cause I really
misleading.
wasn't
That's
even trying.
clickbait. That officially counts as clickbait. People click on the video expecting me to be in it.
Really? It's a picture of you.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
technically, that makes you in it. Technically.
Gotcha. Da-da-da.
Who made that noise?
Oh, it's a mystery. We'll never know.
It was Dan. I saw
You'll have to tune in again and place your bets on who made the noise next time.
I think it's about time to move to the next segment of the show.
I really don't know where this podcast is going. We weren't like this last week.
We're a little loopier this time.
I think being stuck inside for many days has.
I think
made us
the
all
week
go
has
insane.
taken its toll.
It really has.
Oh, Kyle. Yes, Mike.
I was
what's our
sighing. I
next-
just want this to be over with.
What?
Next is going to be the Pitch It segment. It's when you try to convince someone to watch or play something that you're super into.
I'm terrible at this segment.
Jeremy, please. Okay, I like
Max,
to
you
go
went
first.
last week. Does anyone else have anything?
Please.
I also went last week too.
Do you
Watch me
hear the
start.
desperation in his voice? Please.
Okay, points for enthusiasm, Max. You get it.
Okay, so Jess would never let me do a review on this because it's kind of old, but there's this little show called Onagai Muscle. And
Muscle.
okay, but hear me out. So it's about a girl,
It's a
and
good
she's
show.
in high school, and she's like, "Man, I put on some weight. I should lose some weight and get with all the boys because it's an anime." So she goes to there isn't like a normal gym in the area. The only one is Gold's Gym. So she goes to Gold's Gym, and there's another girl there, and they start training together. And the story is all fine and good, but let me tell you why I love it. During the episodes, they give you several workout advice, dieting advice, and all this stuff. And every piece of information they give is 100% accurate.
It's
You don't
basically
need to
an anime to get
study on
otakus.
fitness. This is
Max.
it. You want to know how to bench press properly? Watch the show. Know how
It's
to diet?
basically-
Watch
Will
the
this show take me to 1,000 reps on the bench press?
Yes.
Really quickly, Max, can I ask you to spell this show's name? Because I typed in what I thought you said, and I am getting some very different results.
The
Oh,
show is
no.
called Onagai Muscle, or in English, it's called How Heavy Are the Dumbbells That You Lift? Watch it on kissanime.ru or on Crunchyroll or anywhere.
That is a very long translation.
How heavy
Are the dumbbells you left?
that you lift? Also, the opening song is a bop, and
It
it's
really
so
is.
good.
It's a
They teach you how to win at arm wrestling, how to lose weight, how to mix protein powder without it getting clumpy. It's the best show I've ever seen.
I learned a lot
Tony
from
Horton.
this show.
Tony
It's basically
Horton
an
was watching
anime. It's basically an anime to get like otakus who just sit inside and watch anime all day to like, hey, you guys should probably work out or something. Get them girls.
They have 2 episodes about home workouts. Right now would be a good time to watch it.
Yeah, it's like I've basically like I've tried to find them on YouTube, but you have to watch the episodes. It's really good. It's very funny. I love what's his name? The
Macho?
guy Macho. Every time he looks like a
Macchio's muscle lessons of the day.
I'm getting into it. My workout routine's
So
about to
good.
change. I'm about to
You did
throw
a
all
better
my...
job explaining that show than I did Beastars because Beastars
There we
has a
go.
lot of spoilers.
It's because he has that
There's
enthusiasm,
so
because
many
he's
jokes
passionate about
Yeah,
it.
he actually cares about this
bodybuilding
show.
in general. So good.
No, I'm with Max on this. Definitely watch it.
Max, would you suggest that I add that to my workout routines?
100%. They have some interesting lifts. They also hype up. They make you feel good about yourself because they're like, oh hey, should we deadlift? And they're like, oh no, if you deadlift, you're like a professional. And I'm like, ah.
I love the main girl in the show. She's like, I can't believe I haven't put off any weight because she's like, all right, I worked out. I'm going to eat 10
I'd like
hot
to
dogs.
recommend. I watched both the sub and the dub. Honestly, I'd like to recommend the dub because they add
Way in
a
there.
few other lines that are hilarious.
Yeah, I'd like to correct you, by the way. It's how many kilograms of dumbbell can you lift? Direct translation of the 12-episode series.
Well,
This is America. We say pounds here.
We are uncultured swine.
does anyone else have any recommendations?
Well, Doom Eternal.
We already covered that extensively.
Also, not the news.
I got something if no one else does, but I can.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Go ahead. I'll go after you.
So I am probably would I be correct in saying I'm the only person here who regularly reads comics?
I mean, I just read manga.
I would elect
I
you
do
to
own
be the
comic books.
highest comic reader here.
I am looking at my copy of the Simpsons comic book. So yes, you are the only person that does.
I have the Batman meets the Ninja Turtles comic.
Okay, but I'm talking about on a weekly basis.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not.
Nope.
So it's a habit I've gotten into. And I'm going to tell you about my favorite comic going on right now, which is The Immortal Hulk. This is
Ooh.
Intrigued.
the premise of this is that when the Hulk first launched in the 60s, it was a horror comic. And then he sort of became more of a superhero who punched bad guys and was with the Avengers and all that. But this book by Al Ewing is taking him back to the horror roots. So the premise is that the Hulk, via some reason or another, he cannot die. Like, he can be killed, but every time the sun sets, he just comes back. And he essentially is battling the forces of hell. And there is... This series is really well written. It's pulling from a lot of the character's history, like a lot of comics do, which can be off-putting. But I had just sort of gleaned a lot of it through osmosis already. So I was like, okay, so I don't know the exact event it's referencing, but I know who this character is. Like, this is a familiar name to me. And it really is just like a lot of... I think the art is the strongest part because there's a lot of body horror in it. There's a lot of weird locations, like when the Hulk is just chilling in hell, and like, okay, so it's just like a bunch of... It's hard to describe, but it looks really weird. And another thing is that, are you guys familiar with the idea that not only is there Banner and the Hulk, but there are a bunch of other Hulks sort of running around inside his brain?
Isn't there like She-Hulk as well?
She-Hulk is his cousin, who is a different character.
It's like all
Really?
the
Separate character.
past lives on in him kind of thing.
That's
I
Black
didn't
Panther.
know that.
But so there's like the regular Hulk, which is angry Hulk smash, that kind of guy.
I'm
but-
always angry, Captain.
Yeah, and then you have Banner himself, which is just sort of wimpy, smart man. But the Hulk you have for the majority of this series is this Hulk called Devil Hulk, and he's he's intelligent. He speaks in...
Still green though. Still green.
He's green and he's big, but he's like really smart and he's cunning. So his work is just like he has his own goals essentially, and he's like taken control of Banner and all the other Hulks, and he's like suppressed the normal Hulk. And then there's also Joe Fixit, the Gray Hulk, who is just sort of a mob boss, and he just hangs out in Vegas all the time. And then there's if any of you remember Planet Hulk, which was adapted into Thor Ragnarok, that Hulk is a separate personality as well. So it's sort of dealing with all these Hulks, and they each like are drawn a little differently depending on what happens to the Hulk. He is like contorted and stretched in weird ways.
So it's like multiple in one Hulk.
Yes, but only one comes out at a time, basically.
That
That's
actually
cool.
sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Does it default to Banner each time, or like?
Well, Banner is sort of in the position of the Hulk no longer comes out when Banner gets angry. It comes down every single night. So when the sun sets is his time, is how Banner refers to it. Every time he
He's
looks,
a werewolf.
The sun's getting low, big guy.
every time he looks in a mirror, he sees the Devil Hulk looking back at him.
Mm.
And so Banner is basically just at the whims of where the Devil Hulk takes him, because Banner will just wake up naked in some town on the other side of the country, running from the authorities, and he's like,
I
okay,
mean, we've all been there,
what
right?
are we doing tonight? So the first few issues are him just sort of roaming around, and then like the government gets involved and try to stop him, and then they bring in the supporting cast. He fights the Avengers at one point. And I think the only way to really sell this comic is just to spoil my favorite moment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Which is where the military has captured Hulk and they have dissected him into... So they just got a wall of jars on shelves. And like,
how did they pierce his skin?
I don't remember how they did it. I think they must have used some sort of bomb. But the point is, he's like, his hand is in one jar, his like head's in another, his liver's in another. So all of his body parts are like in jars, but he's still alive and conscious. And
What?
so there's the scientist guy standing in front of the jars, and he's like, Hulk, you ain't shit. We got you. We're gonna figure out how you work, because we don't know what this new Hulk is about, but we're gonna figure you out, and you're gonna be powerless. And the Hulk just sort of grins at him, and the scientist is like, oh, if we know how you work, that means you also know how you work. And Hulk explodes out of the jars. All his body parts come up, and they reform over the scientist, and they swallow him whole.
What?
And then the Hulk proceeds to just
That's metal
smash the rest of the laboratory to pieces.
He eats the guy?
Yeah, he absorbs the man.
Oh, I need to read this.
And this last issue that came out last week, oh my god, they like basically resolved another arc.
Is this like the final issue of the entire comic, or
No, so
it's still going?
it's
Okay.
And another thing is that like they have a letter section at the end, and the writer's just like, people write in, is like, hey, are we gonna see this character? And the writer's just like, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so the last issue was so cool. It was basically, they introduced the Planet Hulk version of the Hulk, and he just came and schooled some dudes. And then the last panel is like, that's what you thought, Hulk, but you're in for a world of pain now. And it's like, oh yeah, let's do this. Because that's the thing about like 90% of comic books, is that you just like, you read them, and then like the last page is like, now it's time for me to debut. And it's like a voice off panel. And then it cuts to like some other guy, and he's like, it's time for Mr. Bilson to get involved. And it says, to be continued. And it's like, that's every comic book ever. It's just some guy.
Mr. Bilson. Is that an actual character, Mr. Bilson?
That's not
Probably.
the actual character,
Oh.
but that was just,
I would be
It's
so
always
happy if I was
whoever.
and it was the guy in a suit, and he's like, Mr. Bilson's here.
you know, I wouldn't be too
Wow.
surprised. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that comic. It's super cool. It's been going on
Jeremy-
for like 2 years. I think
Jeremy's
there's some
Comic
trade
Corner.
trade collections out right now. So
I haven't been to my comic book shop in a while. I need to go back.
Well, don't do it right now.
No, I can't. At some point when this whole thing is done. So I guess I'll do my recommendation. It's not a new game. This is just, if you guys want a game to play, not just people who I'm talking to, but anyone listening, if you guys want a fun game to play with your family or friends, or just by yourself, it's Just Dance 2020. It's okay. It's
what's
I
the
promise.
headlining song?
Skibidi Bop Bow. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Have you ever seen that music video? Where it's just he's like skibidi bop bop bow. Skibidi bop 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 bow.
Bow.
And then there's
Your
this,
scourge skid bop 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 bow
It's
did not
the
match
scat
any
man.
result.
it's basically that. But yeah, it's like I love Just Dance. Like I said, I love rhythm games. This apparently counts as a rhythm game, but nobody likes to play against me because I'm always
The rhythm
victorious.
is too
Oh,
good.
I will take you on. I will put your moves to shame.
Okay. But no, what this game's really good is you can play it if you don't have enough controllers for everybody to play with. You can always get the Just Dance app on your phone, and there's like, of course, there's no plot line, so I'm not gonna explain that. But you can connect your phone
There's
to
no
the
campaign?
You download the app on your phone and then you dance on top of.
yeah, you dance on your phone. No, you hold the phone in your hand and it'll pick it up from the PlayStation, which I have it on.
That's pretty
So
cool.
that's what's really cool. You can add more people. My family, I've been playing it. My mom and my dad love Just Dance, so it's always fun to play with them. And what's great is that at the end of each song, if you're like, they have sweat mode, but that's if you want to do workouts. But if you're just doing it for fun, there's always like a screen at the end that shows like it records you at certain points while you're dancing, and it's the funniest thing because of like facial expressions. Sometimes you look serious, and other times you look like you're so tired. You're like, okay.
I don't think there are too many other things that you can include a sweat mode with and not have it be uncomfortable.
True, but like the sweat mode that shows you the intensity of like how intense the dances are in each song, and
How
like
intense you're sweating.
yeah.
The sweatometer.
But some of the new songs they have are "Bad Guy" by Billie Eilish.
How do you sweat to
A
that?
fun, you don't. That's just one of the songs you can dance to for fun.
Oh.
They have "Old Town Road." That one's a
Ooh.
good one. Of
Ooh.
course, they have "Skibidi Bop Bow." They have a
I
bunch
never
of
thought
K-pop
those songs would make me feel nostalgic, but here we are.
Yeah, and they also have the unlimited version, where if you subscribe to them for it's like for 12 months for $24, you can unlock all the previous songs that were put into the other games.
You
they
unlock the power of backwards compatibility.
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of the songs in the older games, so it really brings me back. My favorite song is Rasputin.
Raw, Rasputin.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can dance to that song not even facing the screen. That's how good I am at that one.
Really?
At this point, I'm just flexing. But yeah, Just Dance 2020.
Sweat mode activated.
I'm in the top 1% of Just Dance players worldwide, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah. But no, if you just want a fun game to play with your family and friends, just play Just Dance. It makes you laugh. It really does, especially with my family.
Well, that's great.
Because I have
Anyone
a very
have,
tall family.
Anyone have anything else?
Corey, do you have anything to recommend?
Yeah, Corey, tell us something.
I haven't heard.
You always have something
Yes.
good.
It's not a new game, but I've been replaying Bloodborne for like the 8th time.
Ooh.
Very nice, very nice.
I never got past the bridge guy.
That's because they're not good.
Oh. Sorry.
I actually have a small recommendation.
Do it.
I recently put together a 1,000-piece puzzle of the Forbidden Planet poster from the classic sci-fi movie. I would recommend buying a 1,000-piece puzzle and driving everybody that you live with up a wall.
Okay,
But
listen.
it is a very
Did you pitch
rewarding
this
feeling.
last week?
He said don't
yes,
do
and we
it last
completed
week.
it.
Listen, I started work on a new puzzle because I finished the old puzzle, but
Mhm.
they did not properly cut it all the way through. So a bunch of the pieces are just already stuck together. And the image is also like repeated twice. So you don't even know where on the thing your piece is going. It's a terrible puzzle.
My
I
family,
gave up
we were
after 2
working on
minutes.
we had a 1,000-piece puzzle, and we thought we lost all the end pieces. When it turns out, my brother and my mom were working on the end pieces, and they put like 3 of the wrong puzzle pieces together, and they're like, they don't fit. What do we do? It's like I like fixed it. I'm like, you do that, and they're like,
These
oh,
seems like the kind of people who lose at Just Dance.
yes, and they definitely are. In your face, Mom and Drew. My brother doesn't play.
You know what would make a great present for them for Christmas? 2 individually made custom square, peg, and round hole sets. Teach them about fitting shapes into other shapes.
That are engraved with their names.
Yes.
To be fair, they were difficult pieces, but yes.
Yeah. Anyone have anything? Final things to wrap up this episode.
I promise I'll have a recommendation for next week.
You gave us Power Rangers.
Please go
That's
watch
enough.
Yeah, Power
Where the
Rangers.
Dumb
That's a
Dog
review,
Lived. It
not a
will change your
recommendation.
life.
Well, now I'm recommended by you to watch it. Thanks, Kyle. I do want to watch it.
I
Well-
would like to vote for a notion here to end the episode with
Yeah.
the Pumpkin Rapper rap song.
Yeah.
I'll
Everybody,
put a
1,
link-
2,
I'll put
3.
a link in the chat.
I'm the
Oh, you
pumpkin
Rangers make me
man.
mad. Waking
I'm
up
the
with mad rap,
pumpkin
that be bad.
man. I'm the pumpkin guy.
Did you
You
look up
don't
what
want-
the actual rap was? Because I'm pretty sure that's it.
There
The
is
thing
part of the
is-
rap. There is one line. It's, ooh, you Rangers make me mad. Waking up with a rap, that be bad.
So for those of
That
you
actually is
who are listening to this podcast on YouTube, we're recording this on Discord. Spoilers. Oh.
Don't reveal
Jeremy's profile picture is actually a pumpkin, which makes it
Oh,
10
yeah, it
times
is.
funnier.
I'm the pumpkin. Yeah, that's the Carl Pilkington pumpkin.
What? I don't know.
That's your assigned watching, Carl Pilkington. Okay. That's going to do it
Yes.
for this episode of All Systems Go Home. Everyone, if you're inclined to check out any of the things we recommended, feel free to do so. That's why we did it. And until then, say bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.